February 23rd, 11:56 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake about to reach the surface? But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently, she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the only one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner! How do I do his voice? They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin' at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in the enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen the last 2 days have really been on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the cheap prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes you gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this.
Libra! So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beyond himself.
Excuse me. Knock, knock.
Who's there? Oh. What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he?
Oh, it's you. Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The rows are packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Udgy. How you been? So much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy, Udgy, my boy. You gotta make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
Aha! You're Wrighto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks.
Sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly.
Little worthy.
Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, is it not? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuck into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Wait, what kind of what? Yeah, outfit.
Mr. Edgeworth.
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Now, wait a minute, Worthy.
I have no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair.
On the day of the crime, I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push the switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Found at the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife?
Sure thing, not a problem. Not even a little one, really. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there is evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, huh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's hush-hush information, Udgy. You haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait a second. You said 5:15? That's the exact time the Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Excuse me, special.
Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh, righto, but I can't say that now, not that.
We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery. Like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, a muffler.
This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto?
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, righto? Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So, how are things down at the department? Why was it a bad day? Something happened at the police department too?
You got a good look in your eye there, right on my boy? Sharp, hungry.
So, did something happen? And why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. What with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot? Another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Edgy?
I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested? That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you can help, Righto?
I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
Evidence room?
You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto?
I can't say that I've heard of it. Guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room. Seems stuff been shifted around with this evidence room.
There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found.
Five 5:15, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence.
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand.
Try to understand, Righto.
Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife, what is it doing there?
I better check this knife out.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here.
Wait, go back, go back. Excuse me, special?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we already did that one, right? SL92. DL6, maybe it's a case number?
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag.
Aha!
SL92. SL92 is upside down.
Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? Aha! An honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Reggie? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7S 12-2?
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside down?
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get?
Oh! Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Well, I guess the cat's out the bag. You win, Righto.
I win? What game is this guy playing? Do I use it again? Nope. All right. You said the parking ticket? I don't want to guess. I want to make sure I know for certain. Detective Goodman. All right, we got nothing.
Let me just say, because we definitely gonna mess this up. Stolen from the evidence room. Oh, that ain't it. You said the note? Well, it ain't here. Maybe it's the time? SL92. I thought I did this one. No, it's not. It's not that statement, at least. Okay, yeah, I have to. Some with the knife. Okay, maybe the knife is in the picture. Stolen from the department's evidence room. I'm about to just Google it. Add the knife comment? Okay, let me go back. The second comment, okay. Hope it's this one. Oh.
It wouldn't be this one, right? It's okay. I'm gonna try this anyway. Just like... I'm trying so hard. It's not working. Come on, they're trying to give us a clue. 2 detectives killed. One at the office, one in the police. Why is the knife broken?
Uh-oh, wait. Oh, we did this already. This walkthrough is confusing. It tells me what I gotta do, but so this knife was stolen, yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Alright, I'm gonna just press all the statements again. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Okay, arrested, crime took place in the evidence room. There's a connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Alright, I think that's what I had to do. Here we go. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Huh? You don't say. Well, I'll with it, Wright. What's your connection? Yes, I'll with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a great pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you just deduced right here.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What, really? Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh, well, I guess I have to try to get what I can out of him. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We'll keep a tight lid on the ID number, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? Yes.
Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Take that!
Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And this means what exactly? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier, that started with 82. I've forgotten.
Didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh, sharp as a tack. Righto, sharp as a tack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time? In a completely different location? Order! 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 Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Excuse me, but this is Mr. Edgeworth's, is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of Chief, sir. I got your report, sir.
You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky case.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
God! Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence on duty on your part, Worthy.
But, sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I...
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
What?
Now, what was that second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy.
Huh? No.
No!
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with these rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do.
You better get results this time, really.
You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever any error this serious in the history of this. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. What will be sufficient? Will that be...
It's late. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. That's it?
All right. I'm gonna push through and do a whole nother chapter. That was kind of quick. I mean, it was only long because we struggled for like 15 minutes. Hold on, y'all. I need some water, or I need some tea. That's what I need. So I'm gonna be right back. Y'all sit tight for me. I ain't got no music for y'all. Let me see. Maybe I can put something on the track here. I need to go heat up my tea, so it's gonna be a minute. Music. All right. Not the curly girl struggle. I'm done.
Alright. Let's do this.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back now. We might have to end this portion a little early, like in the middle. But, cause now I think about it, I need to do some editing. But I gotta edit some reels and work on my next clapback situation featuring, well, you all will see soon. Alright, let's get back to the action. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this? And the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try to at least. All right, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by Chief Prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never! Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? The situation calls for one thing, and that is liminal testing fluid. Liminal? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of these things? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the liminal on it. Like this, see? I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, this is a blood stain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Oh, okay. Well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? Why, the bloodstain's location, of course, is elementary. Huh? Why is it elementary? I mean, I wouldn't think that there was a fight. I mean, I would think that if there was a fight, you would expect some bloodstains here. I suppose you might think that. Come on, Mr. Wright, we're all counting on you. I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, they have to have more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright? I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, alright? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff is pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Liminal testing fluid received from one very proud looking in the sky. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr, you only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in that doesn't really get my mouth... Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there, but I was afraid that I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw the chief prosecutor, Sky, stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it, on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Sky? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day, I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the Cough-Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from one of your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It was all because of that case, the SO9 incident. SO9? Wait, she doesn't mean... what do you... The SO9 incident, it's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SO9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SO9 incident? Darn it! No! I want to spray! Excuse me. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Now what happens? Let me charge my phone. Do we go talk to Lana? I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in two places at the same time? Can you imagine? How is she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Where's Big Daddy Gumshoe?
Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here.
Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed in the same time in the prosecutor's lab.
It makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene.
You sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
And the detectives are running around so fast they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all.
So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got the front desk. Here it is.
She's like a kid in an amusement park.
Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
All right, let's head in. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime?
It sure seems that way. Oh,
What's wrong?
it's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert.
What I want to know is,
What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
Oh, I guess I gotta examine. Oop, not the cacti like her sister.
Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction, just like her.
I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more of an attitude than a physical similarity. The swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went through there, the cacti would fall over. Ouch.
I'd say it'd be more of a yeah myself.
Look, on the floor, a lasso.
It looks like a setup to trap something.
A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed.
You sure have an active imagination.
It won't open.
You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Alright, I think we're done here. take out his batteries. All right, let me see what I gotta do.
I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right?
We found this ID card here in this parking lot.
Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. You said you wanted some hot tea, right?
Oh, sure, want to look at it. What the hell?
Oh, that was the wrong picture. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You're lying. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary. It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes. The criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made-up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved in the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops. I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SO9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SO9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Ricky. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Miss Starr, Officer Marshall, is he your... Are you his... Are you going out? What do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it just made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective, but now... But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall, Please. Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Oh, look at that face. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've got our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean you heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly.
Wait! Don't leave!
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start.
All right.
Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing.
What? What was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh. Hi, greetings, sir.
Wait, I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir.
Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center?
No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a lost lamb, sir.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report.
No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir.
What?
What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. How? I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir.
So normally there's a guard at the evidence room.
That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. What the heck is this guy doing?
So what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center.
How long were you out? Days? Might I ask what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
A bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but are you you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as your perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim.
I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well as that.
Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on a total stranger's side.
So you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives.
So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him?
Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir,
Don't you think you should just confess?
But sir, but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
And the next thing you knew, you were, huh?
Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. All alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my head, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at...
That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dreams, sir, and I was being billed.
Second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot.
Hey, that's it, sir. That's it.
That's... what?
My head was blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct! That card was the cause of it all!
This ID card?
Exactly, sir, that's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing!
I better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember?
Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought...
And that's why you thought he looked suspicious?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far.
And that's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me.
What?
Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leaped at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto others before they do unto you, my own father's word, sir.
What happened then?
Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here.
Right. Something is real sketchy about that. So, Officer Meekins, why is it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, And the victim who he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died.
That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines.
Huh? But you still ended up here?
They told me that it had to be him, sir, on that day at that time. Detective Gunn was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly?
No, but the videotape is quite clear.
Huh?
Videotape? From the security camera. The crime I saw to step out is there. It's me on the tape.
And you waited until now to tell us this?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No, thanks. I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the scene of the crime. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. Oh, his voice kills me.
And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I suppose. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal?
Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir.
The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered.
Aha, right-o, my boy. How you been? Swim much?
Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, Worthy?
Hold on. Okay, so there's a bunch more to this chapter, so we're just gonna finish this dialogue with him, and we'll save and come back to this on the next stream.
Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they had no end of trouble with the boys.
You mean the incident on Gourd Lake?
It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto?
Von Karma.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean.
Hold on. They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time, That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, Righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. In this particular, well, it's a little sensitive.
Welcome, Nikita.
Me. And in this particular, it's, well, a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff, secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives' trap shut.
Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier.
Huh? You saw that?
Whoops. I wonder what was going on that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there, that's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it.
It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make note of that just in case. Goodman's lost item report. A half-written document dated February 21st. Can only be submitted to the chief of police. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Alright everyone, that is it for tonight. Oh boy, this game really pushes the dialogue excessively. I'm gonna go rest my vocal cords. It's very much strained. I will see y'all sometime tomorrow. Oh shit, I gotta wake up early. I didn't even think about that. I gotta take my car to the body shop for that accident I was in. No. Anyways, have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Until the next one, be blessed and have a magnificent Monday.